How do I know if students have learned what I think they should know following instruction? Which parts of the lesson were problematic for students? What misconceptions do students have about the lesson? Formative assessment should be a part of any course, whether online or face-to-face. According to Dylan Willem and Paul Black, formative assessment should be thought of as all those activities undertaken by teachers and/or by students which provide information to be used as feedback to modify the teaching and learning activities in which they are engaged. Another way to think of it, formative assessment generates timely student achievement information to monitor student progress and evaluate instructional effectiveness. According to Margaret Heritage, the Assistant Director for Professional Development at the National Center for Research on Evaluation, Standards, and Student Testing, formative assessment can be categorized into three broad categories as follows. On-the-fly formative assessment refers to a moment when the instructor changes course during a lesson to address misconceptions before proceeding with the designed instructional sequence. Plan-for-interaction formative assessment refers to the process whereby the instructor decides beforehand how he or she will draw out students' thinking during the course of instruction. And finally, curriculum-embedded formative assessment, where tools and activities are embedded in the ongoing curriculum to garner feedback at key points in the learning process. Examples of curriculum-embedded assessments might include journaling on a particular topic, or identifying real-life examples of scientific phenomena that demonstrate understanding. It is important to remember that formative assessment, while the name includes the term assessment, represents low-stakes assessments whose results can be used formatively. For example, the results of a short quiz do not have to be factored into students' final grade for a course, but when used formatively, quizzes provide feedback to students that inform them of their current status toward a particular aim or goal. In this way, low-stakes assessments and other formative assessment can be thought of as assessment for learning versus high-stakes assessments which represent assessment of learning. The following three attributes of effectively implemented formative assessment will ensure you make the best of formative assessment techniques in your course. First, clearly and consistently communicate course learning objectives, goals, and outcomes so that students are always aware of the curricular aims of the course. If students do not clearly understand course expectations from the beginning, then feedback via formative assessment cannot effectively support their learning. Next, use the information provided by formative assessments to offer feedback to students with respect to their current progress toward understanding learning goals. And finally, create a learning path for students based on the information you receive from formative assessments. In other words, use the information you gather from formative assessments to inform student learning needs as the course progresses.